Hey Hallowmaniacs, it's Steph here and welcome to our channel. Come with me for another video as I travel all the way from Detroit to Milwaukee to go ahead and look for some good Halloween thrift finds. We're going to do a couple good stops and come home with some Halloween goodies. Let's go. Alright, so we are on our way from Detroit, Michigan, all the way to Milwaukee. And I love just looking outside the plane window and you can see this beautiful picture of Lake Michigan below. And I had to capture it because it was kind of looking like it was going to be a bright sunny day. And then as we got into Milwaukee, it kind of got a little bit more gloomy, but the lake was still really pretty and I just had to capture it and show you guys. Once I was in Milwaukee and after the day's work was done, it was time to go thrifting. And spring has definitely arrived, even though it felt a little chilly outside. But definitely the deals were hot inside. So had to go look, and down this aisle here, all the way at the end, this one had a lot of Halloween. The first find of the day is something that I think my nieces would have loved. So Squishmallows is more of a modern day find. It's a plush pumpkin jack-o'-lantern with a little bat on it. I thought it was really adorable for $2.99. So definitely I think if you had little girls or nieces, something like that, this would be something they would want. Going on, I saw just kind of a little bit of this and that, but then check out this little cutie just hiding in there, this little jack-o'-lantern face, and definitely with those circular eyes, it was something that reminded me of the Halloween movie and just like that little glowed up jack-o'-lantern that you see in the beginning of the movie. But for $1.99, this was not a bad price at all. And that's something that I was loving on this particular trip, was just the cheap prices. They were definitely reasonable. This here was a Bath & Body Works dish, and we know they sell a lot of lotions, candles, and I'm not sure if this is something that maybe you would put around one of the candles or the lotions that you would get, but I like kind of the metallic look to it. I thought reasonable price and definitely unique. And here's a little familiar face. It is a Hallmark cookie jar. I know I have one at home, and I've been to a lot of thrift stores where I've seen it, and as well as in some antique stores. So yeah, probably something that was made in the 2000s. I want to say around 2008, but I could be off a little bit. This next find was really adorable. It was $4.99 and it's a Ghostly Goodies ceramic dish. You probably could put candy in it or even do a plant if you wanted to, or even put some other decor, maybe your own flower arrangement. The possibilities are always strong with Halloween decorations, right? I think sometimes it can just bring out your own creativity, how you want to display them. And that was the case for this, even the $1.99 little witch standing on a jack-o'-lantern. I had to even put it in there. See, I'm rearranging the Goodwill shelves as it is. As I continue to look, I found this little scarecrow, unfortunately missing his legs. But I did see this really cute smiley face pumpkin light set for $1.99 only. I feel like string lights is something that has definitely gained a lot more popularity. Unfortunately, I saw a little crack on that one jack-o'-lantern right there, but probably for the price of $1.99, if they were all maybe in better condition, this is not a bad deal at all. I'm not sure. It didn't seem really too old, but probably something around the early 2000s, kind of just based on the packaging. But moving on, went and saw the next thing was this was made in good quality. You can see it was with wood with a stain on it for $4.99. Not really super scary, spooky Halloween, but definitely something that you could keep out in the fall season. So early, maybe even September, all the way to even November, right? Who's judging? I love this little dish right here with the candy corn and the ceramic. And if I wasn't flying, I would have been tempted to grab it. So it was only $2.99, which I didn't think was a bad deal at all. And I loved it when you flipped it on the side and you kind of looked down into it. You saw that little jack-o'-lantern face. You know me and jack-o'-lantern faces. I love them. But moving on, here for $3.99, this little witch decoration. This was unique. It had like a shiny coat on it, and you probably would put your candle or your votive candle, a light in there, and it would just probably be something magical lit up at night. So I love the look of that. And what did I find on the way out? A little grab bag for $1.99. So I was trying to be conservative because I was flying. I can't take a lot home, but I was like, oh, a whole bag of goodies, and that looked more vintage, that little boo bucket in there. So we'll see if I take it home. But it was time for our next stop, so kind of moving along. This one is pretty relatively close to the other Goodwill, and I just loved it because look at all of this Halloween. And I saw that first thing was that vintage pumpkin pal. So this is probably something that was more 90s, and it was somebody's own spin on it. So it looks like they took a pumpkin pal, put their own material around to kind of have it standing up, and then it was on this wood plank. It was definitely an A for creativity. I love that you can make Halloween and take a decoration and make it your own. So again, that creativity that comes from Halloween and decorating, love it. This next thing was a candle holder that you probably could put 3 long candlesticks in, and I was loving the prices here. So again, $1.99, not a bad deal at all. Probably something that was maybe the 90s, maybe even the 80s, but yeah, definitely had a little bit of vintage appeal to it. For $3.99, this next thing was a got his and her scarecrow with a little crow in the middle and between it, with where you place that you could put your candle holder in it. So looked more modern to me, but in great condition, and definitely I think a nice fall find. Now these pumpkins were different from other pumpkins that I have seen, and they are probably something that you could keep out in a fall setting like the September harvest, the Halloween, or even Thanksgiving setting. But when I turned them over, I saw they were battery operated. Looking for on the coating of it, it kind of almost appeared like a frosted pumpkin to me. And I know that sounds silly, but yeah, that plastic coating, those beads on it, I thought that was unique, and it probably would look really cool lit up. And see how I kind of put the little scarecrows? See, again, I'm decorating the Goodwill shelves. I don't think this $3.99 product right here was something that was sold in the stores. I think it may have even been another unique find that somebody put their own spin on it. But I love how they have the little basket here with the material and a jack-o'-lantern scarecrow. Now, while I'm not a huge fan of spiders, I don't necessarily mind the ones that have a cute little Halloween bow tie and Beetlejuice legs. So, yeah, this spider was styling in my opinion, and it was made by Design Source, and it was only $1.99. I think it would be a great find or a great addition to your decorations if you wanted to hang it up with the string that it had and show off that little stylish bow tie that it had. Next up was something that probably 90s kids remember. I remember definitely having a little squishy rubbery skeleton as a kid, but it was a lot smaller. It wasn't this kind of big decoration. But yeah, it was a $3.99 find, and it's not not in the best condition, but still a cool throwback to the 90s. Now this was really cute. It was a paper mache ghost and with a little trick or treat bag. And I was so bummed that I was traveling because I was afraid that if I took this home with me, I would crush it. But what a sweet little find this was. And I'm hoping that it is there the next time because I probably will snag it if it is still there. Hopefully next week when I go. So fingers crossed. I will have my car. So yeah, there may be a big old Halloween haul next week. So definitely stay tuned. Going into this, I saw these little Halloween Frankenstein tea light candles, and I really, really like these. I was going to take these home, but for $1.99, not a bad price, but there was a little bit of wear and tear on the back here, and I wasn't sure. I could tell they were never lit before, so I didn't know if that was mold on it or just maybe overall age hitting the candles. But I really liked them. Maybe perhaps you could take them out of the plastic, but then I also think that takes away from some of the decoration too. Moving on, I saw this Rustin Berry candle. It was not that pricey at all. I think only $1.99, but I love again that 90s decoration and design on it. So yeah, only $1.99. It was supposed to be a vanilla scent after looking it up, and I will say it did still smell like vanilla. So it was, I think, a good little find, a tiny little find, and one that I could take home. Next up was something that I was actually looking for. It was a set of placemats, $1.99 each, and they were made with really good quality. I like the alternating colors of jack-o'-lanterns going in the circles around it. The only con that I found in this was our table that we have, it has 6 chairs, so we don't have 4. I wish there was 2 more. I mean, I guess that you could get it online, but yeah, they were made by Cynthia Raleigh, Curious New York, and I saw that she made a lot of other designs. It wasn't just for Halloween, but Yeah, I thought these were adorable. Again, I was just wishing there was 2 more. And the last find of the day, which I like to say I saved the best for last, was after looking it up, a 1998 Gemmy animatronic skeleton, and it was only priced at $3.99. So he was hiding on the top shelf, and I brought him down so I could get a better look at it, and I really wanted this. I looked like a crazy woman just staring at it, contemplating how the heck am I going to get this home. But there is always a method to my madness, and we are the Hallowmaniacs, and this was not going to be left in Wisconsin. I couldn't do it, you guys. So I'm going to show you how I got him home. Alright guys, I am back home and I want to show you what I ended up taking with me. So I did buy a little mini bag. You'll see that actually right here, Radiology Life, which is kind of funny because I told you I was getting that skeleton home, and I did, and I'll show you him in a second, but I wanted to show you that little candle. I ended up taking that home with me for $1.99, and the cool thing was, so if you shop on, I believe it was Tuesday that I went. So in Wisconsin, if you have a Goodwill kind of like rewards or frequent shopper number, which is free to get, you get, I think I got certain percentage off. So everything that I'm going to show you in this video today, I think I got for like $12. So it was not bad at all. But got this little, I think it's a Rosenberry candle here, and I'll show you. I saw some comparable online, and yeah, they definitely hold their value. I think it's cool little design here, that 90s design, I like to say, that retro kind of, what is now retro. Oh, here's Binks. Say hi, Binks. Binks had to make an appearance in the video too. But yeah, I wanted to show you that was a cool little pickup that we had. So forgive me, I am doing this and kind of just went downstairs and I'm unloading everything here in the basement. So you'll see this on my rug here, but wanted to show you that next, that little $1.99 grab bag. So let's open that up here. So here's a better look of what was actually inside the grab bag here. First thing was this little broom on a, it looks like a little ornament that you could hang from a tree, or, which I think would be really cute to have like a, not a Christmas tree, but a tree with all Halloween. And I've seen they actually do that now for holidays other than Christmas. So yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll eventually have one of those. But here's one. It has a little bat on it, a little spider. Here's some witch ornaments. There was 2 of those in here. Those are probably something made from early 2000s. And then had this own little, oh, this is somebody's homemade craft, but little ghost with a witch head on it. And then you can tell it's on the little jack-o'-lantern. But this is kind of why I got the bag. I saw this kind of probably vintage now. It's like a 90s little boo bucket. I thought that was adorable. I don't really have, you have tons of like the little pumpkin ones, but I've never seen one of the ghost ones before. So I thought that was a great pickup for, again, $1.99. Well, actually less than that because we did get that discount. So maybe it was only, I think, about $1.50 for all this stuff. Which, life is so rough as a cat, isn't it? Just roll around and looking cute. Binks, say hi. All right, and saving certainly the best for last here. I want to say, and the reason why I also have this radiology bag now, which is kind of cool. I like it. I do work in radiology, so here is a Gemmy animatronic. His name, I think, is Wisecrack Jack. I believe it was. He may not be from the 90s like I thought he was, and what I originally saw, he may actually even be from 2005, which is still 20 years ago. But what he does, and kind of doing some research, I'll pop up some recent prices that listings that I could find, and it looks like, he goes anywhere from the cheapest of $90 all the way up to even $150. So he is a great find, especially if I can get him working. But I guess he has, or his eyes will pop out. I don't know if you can see. A lot of the ones that you find now, this tongue that you can see in here will be missing. But he has his tongue here, and I guess he'll tell some jokes and kind of pop his eyes out right there, as well as his tongue. So I think this was a great pickup for only $3.99, especially if he is working. And I was able to. So he's 3 feet tall. And I was able to actually fold him up and put him in the bag and take him with me. So this was a great find. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this video here. Overall, I think we got some good finds. I am excited mostly about this boo bucket right here, and especially Wisecrack Jack Gemmy animatronic. Definitely, I think for $3.99, that was a steal. So I'm really happy with that, and I'll be really happy to hopefully eventually pop that screw in the back, get him going, and show you him actually in working mode. Again, I always love grab bags here. I think those are super fun to find if you can. I'm always looking for those diamond. Hopefully one day I'll find a Rosbro little candy pumpkin or dispenser in there. I know that's me with wishful thinking, but hey, I can always dream big, right? Always do that. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more Halloween content year round. We are going to do some spooky adventures, especially as we get closer to Halloween. Just some future plans for the channel. We'd like to do some haunted destinations. So yeah, and always drop some comments if there's something you'd like to see. But we'll definitely have more thrifting, antique adventures, and yeah, we'll go from there. But remember, as always, stay spooky, guys.
Trick or treat.